Okay. Male Strongheart, you colluded with Seicho Jigoku in a criminal plot so immense it spanned the oceans, and you cold-heartedly murdered all those who knew the truth about what happened 10 years ago. But why'd you set about that now, a whole decade later? To ascend to the very peak. These last 10 years made me realize being the Lord Chief Justice wasn't enough. Short of becoming Her Majesty's Attorney General, I could have no real power to effect the changes needed in this country.
It's not loading? It died again? Oh, shoot. But it didn't tell me I dropped any frames.
Oh, you guys can see it? Okay.
I would try refreshing then, Gossamer. Oh, he probably can't hear me. Okay, there we go. Sent a little message to him. Okay. Alright. I missed the last thing said.
And for that promotion, I need to ensure no remnants of the past remained. How could you? I like everything to run smoothly in the exact manner that I prescribe, like a well-oiled machine. And I was just a step away. And for your ambition to succeed, did you even bother to count the number of brilliant people you had killed?
Yes, we are back. Hello, you very active. I don't know if you've been watching the whole time. Thank you for joining us. If you have been. If you're just here at the end, I'm very sorry. It's the end of the case.
Ah, Mr. Reaper, are you not forgetting something? Such as? You very much adopted your usual prosecutor-like demeanor in the proceedings now. But the reality of the situation is that you are the defendant in this trial. However, the presiding judge would appear to have fallen from the bench, as it were. May I suggest, therefore, that we entrust the final adjudication to an old friend?
Breaks over. Oh, good night. Good night? Afternoon. And thank you for joining in while you had the chance. I'm glad you got to see the Sholmes moment. Bye.
My lord. As member judiciary, I've been following the proceedings from the gallery, and I must say, I shan't ever forget the extraordinary battle between good and evil that I witnessed here today.
Accidentally shut the tab. Oh, well then welcome back again, Lamp.
The darkness that has blighted justice in our land these past 10 years has at last been dispelled, thanks in no small part to the efforts of a bright young star from the east. Defense Counsel Naruhodo. Yes, my lord? On behalf of everyone here present in the Old Bailey, I give you my heartfelt thanks. You're too kind, my lord. The first time I faced you in court, just under a year ago now, I had the faintest of intimations that if British justice so warped and twisted over its long history is finally to know change, this might just be the man to do it. But at the time, I wouldn't allow myself to acknowledge the possibility. I couldn't overcome my hatred of the Japanese after the circumstances of my brother's death. Mr. Naruhodo, allow me to apologize for countless discourtesies on my part. You are a lawyer of boundless talent.
Lord Van Zeeks!
When I first arrived in Great Britain, I was literally a nobody. Certainly not a lawyer. The truth is, my fortunes have entirely been made by the miraculous people I've met.
He bowed to us. Yes, he did.
My best friend Cosma Oski, who led me here to Britain in the first place. My loyal and ever-patient judicial assistant, Mrs. Sato, who helped me study to become a lawyer. The brilliant Lord Van Zeeks, who never failed to challenge his Nipponese rival. And not to mention, the exceptional master of logic and reasoning, who showed me the true art of deduction, Mr. Sholmes. Saving the best for last, Mr. Naruhodo. What a relief. I'm well aware that without all these people's help and support, I wouldn't be where I am today. The truth is a guiding light that always leads to happiness. I've lived by that principle for a long time now. But actually, it's not true. The truth can also cause great pain. Sometimes even leave people on the brink of despair. And for that reason, there are those who feel the need to hide the truth, who do it instinctively even. But as soon as we allow our eyes to settle on something other than the truth, the darkness takes hold. And from there it grows, until eventually it makes us blind to the guiding light of the truth altogether. So that's why it's my belief that we must all resolve never to avert our eyes from what is just and true. So that we can continue to walk the straight and narrow path ahead. I wish I can fuck that line up. Ugh! Well, I must excuse myself now. But before I go, Mr. Naruhodo, let me compliment you on your grand opus.
Wanted to congratulate me, says 7 active viewers. Puts me at like top 8% in terms of view count.
Well, mine says 6, but thank you. I didn't even notice. I just had the chance to take a look. I'm glad everyone is able to join me for the big climactic final moments of this game. It's been a fucking ride. Without your beautifully composed case against Lord Strongheart, Her Majesty would have been unable to act. Thanks to you and your fellows. Well, the haunting undertones corrupting Britain's justice system have been silenced. Thank you very much. So, until our paths cross again somewhere. Well then, it would appear that this long trial has finally come to an end.
I'm sad you only got to join at the end. No, not to worry. I'm just glad you're able to make it for the best part of the game. Honestly, like the final cases are just so good. It's what makes playing Ace Attorney worth it in my eyes. Because some of the other cases can be kind of mid, but the final cases are always guaranteed to blow your socks off. But there's always other games too.
My apologies for any anxiety caused, my lord. I'm quite sure we shall meet again here in the courtroom before long, before Prosecutor Van Zieks. In conclusion of these proceedings, I hereby declare the defendants, Barrack Van Zieks, not guilty.
Yay! We got our fireworks. Which, how in the fuck is this courtroom still standing after the fucking giant explosion?
That is all. Court is adjourned. We did it, lads. Now it's epilogue time. The 4th of November, 4:21 p.m., the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. It really is all over. But did I sacrifice too much?
Mr. Naruhodo, I really must congratulate you. It was a truly, truly splendid performance. Honestly, I couldn't be happier for you. Oh, this is a new theme.
Oh, thank you very much. But I really couldn't have done it without you at my side through it all, Mrs. Otto.
Oh! Your kind words mean so much to me.
It really was a very splendid show, that, Naruhodo. I'd have thought you'd be smiling from ear to ear, but you look rather glum. Well, of course I'm delighted about the verdict, but in exposing the truth, I'm afraid I've caused my client a great deal of pain. I'm really not sure that's what a lawyer ought to be doing.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm quite sure that when you see Lord Van Ziek's smiling face, everything will seem much better.
What do you mean, smiling? Mrs. Otto, everything seems worse. He has a face like thunder.
Oh dear, I really shouldn't have presumed.
Mr. Naruhodo, yes? Almost a year it's been now since I first encountered you here in this very courthouse. For you to have risen to the level of excellence you demonstrated today, well, It's quite remarkable. Oh, but I exposed the most unpalatable truth you could ever have imagined in court today. It feels like I've robbed you of something you held so dear. What was it he said? To fight those who dwell in the darkness requires at least some of us to occupy the darkness ourselves. But that was just the feeble excuse of a coward. Only those with a steadfast eye for the truth have what it takes to fight the dark forces of crime. You made fine work of establishing that fact in court today. Oh. Well, thank you. No classic post-trial first smile. Nope, not for Van Zeeks.
What magnanimous words! I'm quite sure that Kazuma-sama would have a smile on his face at this very moment if he were here.
Kazuma. Oh! You're also not smiling! Mrs. Sato, there's another face like thunder here.
Oh my, and he really was here!
Lord Van Zeeks. Allow me to congratulate you on your acquittal. Congratulate me, or curse me. You failed to bring down the Reaper. I owe you an apology. No, it is I who should apologize. Your father, Genshin. If I had been stronger, then perhaps. I made an unforgivable error of judgment. I can offer no excuse. And I can offer no forgiveness. That said, I suppose you fought for justice and the truth. For that, at least, I can't withhold respect. Your words mean more to me than you could know. I will hold them dear.
Kazuma-sama.
I must say, there's one thing that's still bothering me. What's that? The will that Lord Clint Van Zeeks wrote before his duel with my father. Also, he's a fine detective and a hunter worthy of respect. He has agreed to honor my final two wishes. The first is that this document survives. The second, I cannot commit to paper. I confess my sins to my wife. May she find resolution in my death. With my eternal gratitude to my Japanese friend, I rest my quill. Clint Van Zeeks. What can the second of his final wishes have been? That your father agreed to honor, you mean?
I think perhaps. Oh, Mikotoba.
I might be able to shed some light on that. What?
Father?
It was 10 years ago, as you know. A day before the execution was scheduled. I went to the prison to say my farewells to Genshin. Why aren't you putting up more of a fight, Genshin? If you'd only agree to it, Seishiro and I would gladly petition the government. We've been through this already. You don't need to worry about me. Anyway, Eugene, I have a favor to ask of you. Something of great importance. You're one of my greatest friends, Genshin. Whatever it is, consider it done. I'm going to tell you an address. I need you to go there at once, in secret, telling no one. You should find a lady of the gentry in hiding there. A lady of the gentry? She's not in a good way, and she's with child. The birth is imminent. As a medical man, I'd like for you to attend to her. Please, you're her only hope. By any chance, is the child yours, Genshin? Don't be daft. It's a favor that was asked of me by a man I knew, as his dying wish. My goodness. I swore to the man that I would help. That I would do whatever I could for his wife and his unborn child. But if something should happen to me, I need to ask you that same favor. You're the only person I know that I can truly rely on. What did you say? If something should happen to you? Tomorrow night you're going to be... You never know, though, do you? What life will bring. All right, then. Tell me the address. I'll head there at once with Seishiro and... No, not with him. Pardon? This is a favor I'm asking of you, and only you, Yuji. So Clint cheated on his wife, is that it? Right, I see. Very well then. That very night, I caught a train from Paddington to Dartmoor in Devon. I found the old house in the middle of nowhere it was. An old hunting hound lay asleep in the grounds. The poor woman was on the floor at the back of a darkened room. She was in mortal danger. I broke her water to precipitate the labor before she weakened further, but it was a tortuous birth. I did everything humanly possible for her and her child. And in the end, I was lucky enough to welcome a new life into the world. But tragically, my efforts to save the mother's life were in vain. I held the healthy newborn girl in my arms and wept for longer than I cared to remember. Eventually, in something of a daze, I looked around the room. There was precious little in it, but an old travel trunk caught my eye. It had clearly been well looked after over the years, made of top-quality leather with fine stitching. It was when I saw the emblem on the side of it that everything dropped into place. B for Baskerville.
Baskerville!
You mean the woman who was the wife of Lord Clint Van Zieks? So he didn't cheat on his wife.
Why was she in the middle of nowhere?
That's right. The newborn was his daughter. But that makes no sense. Why on earth wouldn't Clint have entrusted the child to my care in that case? I was completely unaware he even had a daughter. I suppose he didn't really have any choice. What? Well, your brother said that he'd confessed everything to his wife, so she must have been beside herself with worry for her child. If the true identity of the professor were ever to be made public, the girl would be forever branded as the daughter of the infamous mass murderer. Ugh. So the only solution was to distance the young girl from the Van Zieks family as much as possible. I don't believe it. I imagine that in his final hour, Lord Clint Van Zieks made the obvious choice. He would have thought to himself, this Japanese man here is someone I can trust. I honored my promise to Genshin, of course. However, only a month later, I was summoned back to Japan, and without disclosing the parentage of the child, I couldn't obtain permission to take her with me.
Oh, how awful.
I was completely at a loss. In the end, I had to ask my great friend. I asked him if he would be a father to her. That being Mr. Sholmes, I presume? Yes. He took one look into my eyes and agreed to it on the spot. Mr. Sholmes, he has a heart of gold. Really, all that can be said is that I did for the child was to give her a name. Oh? When I'd come to Britain, I was trying to escape from the grief of losing my darling wife. So it was her name that I gave the little girl. Your wife's name, Professor Mikotoba. In other words,
The name of my mother. Ayame Mikotoba.
That's right, Ayame. Or in English, Iris.
Iris. I had no idea.
Ouch!
Mr. Naruhodo, what's wrong?
This little thing just pinched me on the behind through my trouser pocket. Hard! Ah, my dear fellows, can you hear me? Mr. Sholmes, is that you? Oh, yes, we can hear you. You see what excessive tugging can do? Let that be a lesson to you.
Mr. Sholmes, we weren't able to thank you properly before, but you're simply marvelous. Your checkmate move was a stroke of genius.
Indeed it was, wasn't it? I surpassed myself, I feel. It had become apparent to me that to stop the Lord Chief Justice would require such measures. Measures.
Bruno, Susie!
Iris?
I'm so pleased. What a wonderful outcome. Her Majesty Queen Vicky said she thought my special blend was delicious.
Oh, I'm sure she did. After all, no one brews a more delicious tea than you do, Iris.
Let's have a party to celebrate. And Mr. Reaper, you simply must come too.
What? I'm afraid I couldn't. The Reaper of the Bailey flustered by a 10-year-old girl again.
No, really? Oh, poo.
But I give you my word that I shall present myself at your residence in the near future to express my gratitude.
Oh, how lovely. You promised, now I won't let you forget. Bye for now then.
Alright, Iris, thank you for all your help earlier.
Imagine me quotes about your wife dies in childbirth. You go to for a study tour in England. 6 years later, you go to help a woman in labor and she dies in childbirth. Oops! I can't believe she's related to Lord of Van Zeeks. My god. Zeke or Barry, I think. Because Barak and then Van Zeeks. So I would say Zeke or Barry. Oh, that was nothing. Just come back home soon.
Ah! One final pinch goodbye, was it? Well, I think I ought to be leaving. Lord Van Zeeks, would you care to accompany me? Certainly. Mr. Nonahudo, allow me once again to express my deep gratitude to you. I believe you saved my life. Wait, Lord Van Zeeks! Yes? What are you intending to do now? Well, clearly I shall have to resign from the prosecutor's office.
Oh no.
I intend to publicize the full truth about the professor case. Once that's done, the Van Zeeks family will be ostracized completely from London society.
Surely not.
So as soon as I'm free from my employment, I shall leave the capital.
Are you gonna go visit your friend in Germany?
Oh, I see.
Don't be a fool. Cosma, oh.
Are those the actions of a man once feared as the mighty Reaper of the Bailey? I beg your pardon. For the past 10 years, you've endured that pseudonym and been cast as one of the dark forces yourself. Now that you've finally been freed from that disrepute, your battle's just beginning, surely. Well, I certainly never expected to hear those words from your lips. I waited a very long time to come to London. Now I'm properly here. I intend to learn all that I can. Anyway, goodbye for now. Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Oh, does he intend to keep prosecuting with Lord Barak Van Zeeks?
Kazuma Asuki. It seems as though he's really matured suddenly.
He's not the only one who's matured, Mr. Naruhodo.
Huh?
Well, I think we should make our way back to Baker Street. We must help Iris with tonight's dinner.
We must! Just two prosecutors that hate each other's guts. It was then that I came to an important decision about my future.
Ooh, the choice of like going back or not. The 4th of November, 6:25 p.m. Sholmes is sweet.
I'm home. Oh God! What time you got here? We've been waiting ages or no. What are you doing with that colorful piece of history? It's a party, innit? It gotta go off with a bang. I mean, fireworks ideally. But when it got fire, it smokes the next best thing, ain't it? There's a girl on Fresno Street who could help you with that, I think. Right. I'll remember that. You don't have to reload that thing every time I speak.
You really must hear this? It's quite the most extraordinary thing.
Oh. Look, I'm just doing what I can.
There's a great author who writes stories about them post-canon. Oh, that's fun. I actually saw on Twitter recently, there's like, people are being, I think, recruited to do a fanzine of like post-Great Ace Attorney 2 just content, people with their own headcanons and stuff on Twitter. I don't remember what it's called though, but I remember seeing the recruitment post for it.
I assure you, defy your expectations. Take down every detail on Mikotoba. The world-famous great detective, regaling his partner with the tale of his adventure. A sight to behold. Would you care to hazard a guess? Where do you suppose the fiendish runaway had concealed himself? Would you believe? Inside the trunk I found abandoned in his cabin. I would believe it, yes. I said, Mikotoba. I detect not a hint of surprise. I wonder why that is, huh? Maybe because I was there at the scene as well, Sholmes. What? You were? Then why the deuce didn't you say so before? Not quite the sight I was expecting to behold, but still. It's hard not to feel privileged to see it. Hello, Mr. Sholmes, Professor Mikotoba. I'm finally back from the Bailey. And not a moment too soon. A feast prepared by Iris and Mrs. Sato awaits. I must say, I haven't seen Sato looking so happy in a very long time.
Oh, Bruno, there you are. Dinner's on the table, everyone. Please do come and take a seat.
Time to film me bits.
Goodness, is that really true, Gina?
Yeah, I'm losing my copper's clobber and going back to what I know best. It's a diver's life for me.
We're really leaving the police force, but why, Ginny?
Well, the boss ain't around no more, so...
Oh.
And anyway, no matter what I try, my Reaper ain't never gonna accept a diver turned dick, is he?
Well, people can change, you know.
Ah, yes, that reminds me. I rather thoughtfully offered to relieve the bailiff of this now defunct piece of evidence. Huh? It's the inspector's pocket watch, and the crown has been reattached. That watch was his pride and joy, a symbol of his great achievements at Scotland Yard. For 10 years, without fail, it measured every second of the man's remarkable career.
But now, it's stopped.
Someone needs to keep the memory of Inspector Gregson's career alive by taking on the great responsibility of winding that watch every single day again.
Yes, someone with an equally fierce detective spirit.
It's gotta be me! There ain't no one else!
Quite right.
I mean, after all, the boss was... Well, he was my boss!
Yes, Ginny, yes he was!
Oh yeah, and I made you a promise and all, didn't I, Iris? I'd become a proper detective one day and track down your old man. Oh! Alright then, it's decided, I'll do it. And I swear, I'll find your dad and bring him in kicking and screaming.
Gregson seen last time as Gina takes the watching to his legacy. Yeah, it's very sweet, but also send help! Send help!
I'm not entirely sure that would be appropriate. Yes, I think, Gina, it might be best to... Well...
I think I'd like you to forget that promise, Ginny.
Oh? Iris?
Well, obviously I've always wondered about who my real daddy is. Of course I have. I want to know where I've come from. I thought it might tell me something about myself. But I've caused such a lot of trouble trying to find out for so many people. Hurley, Bruno, Professor Mickey.
Oh, no, not at all, my dear. Really, you owe no apology to anyone.
Anyway, I've decided to give up on it because I finally realized my daddy is the greatest in the world. I don't think it matters what his name is or where he's from. Don't you agree? Hurley?
I'm choosing to believe that she's calling Sherlock Holmes her dad. Fuck you. With every word, Iris.
Thank you, Hurley. Thank you, Daddy. Some people theorize that Iris actually knows here. Like, oh, maybe she overheard our conversation when the thing was pulled.
I think Mikotoba. Yes, Sholmes? I think I ought to express my gratitude to you. Though, For 6 years, you and I solved many a mystery together, and during that time, I remember countless expressions of gratitude for our good services. Okay, but like at that same point in time, she was saying like, right Hurley, right daddy. So like, I don't know if that means like she's thinking of her daddy, the person she doesn't know and doesn't have a name for, and she's acknowledging him at the same time as Hurley. Like, it's ambiguous, I think, to the way that they wrote that. And Sholmes isn't acting like she just called him dad. But a moment ago, I heard the most pleasing expression of gratitude of them all, and I should never have experienced it. Were it not for you. Okay, maybe he is reacting, because now he's saying thank you for giving me this child. Okay, alright. She did just call him dad. Thank you! Oh, you old softy, Sholmes. But I must confess, it's a weight off my mind to hear you say it. Well then, I think this calls for a lengthy violin recital, wouldn't you say?
Oh, well, the food will go cold. That's the only problem. Maybe next week, Hurley.
Are you sure a week is long enough, Iris?
Even amidst the most troubling of cases, even reeling from the most shocking of revelations, or turning in the evening to this suite of rooms, there's always warmth and happiness to be had. The home of the world's greatest detective, and my home too, with my greatest family. Found family narratives! Don't tell me you're fucking going back to Japan. I'm going to kill you if you do, Naruhodo. I mean, I guess you kind of have to in order to have a family and eventually sire Phoenix, but they're family! This attic room has been my home and office for almost a year now. I've certainly had some unforgettable experiences whilst I've lived here.
But I think now, time has come. Time to bid this place farewell.
Naruhodo?
Oh no, it's Mikotoba. Naruhodo. Oh, Professor! Are you alone? I didn't hear any sound from Susato's room. Yes, Susato-san went out after dinner. She took a carriage. Something about an important matter she needed to take care of? Ah, I see. I wanted to thank you for what you did earlier. Oh? Was Iris, I mean. When the subject of her father came up? Lord Clint Van Zeeks. I made up my mind many years ago to never tell her who her real father was. That's what was agreed with Genshin, after all. Lord Clint Van Zeek's final wishes before he died, you mean? Yes, I've had to take some rather drastic steps at times to protect that secret, you know. Calling Susato back to Japan 6 months ago, for example. That's why? When I read Soseki-san's report about his final days in London, my heart nearly stopped. He had stumbled across the crux of that terrible case. The dog's collar. The description of the Baskerville insignia left me in no doubt. Baskerville. If you decided to investigate that insignia, sooner or later, you'd have made the connection to the Van Zeeks. And to make matters worse, Susato knew of the unpublished story as well. A story that Iris had written based on my notes from the time. Yes, the Hound of the Baskervilles. Exactly. It was a work of fiction, but based on the grim reality of a huge beast of a dog being used as a murder weapon. A dog with a Baskerville family emblem around its neck. Armed with those two clues, I feared you and Susato might arrive at the truth. So I invented that story about having collapsed just to justify her leaving London and returning to Japan at once. All in aid of halting any investigations you and she might have been contemplating. I see. Something I've never understood is why Susato-san came across that manuscript in Japan, though. You know, Iris is the Hound of the Baskerville story, I mean. Sholmes sent it to me. That was before Susato left Japan. He was very troubled about what should be done about it, you see. I read it and carelessly left it on my desk. Which is where Susato came across it, of course. Ah. It was the only case Sholmes and I ever pursued that I didn't record in meticulous detail. I was stunned when I discovered that young Iris had pieced together so much of it from my paltry notes. Sholmes and I discussed the matter and decided that we couldn't allow the story's publication. At that point, I returned the manuscript by post to Sholmes for safekeeping. So you did all that to stop Iris from finding out the truth about her father? That's right, because Sholmes had told me how astute she'd become. However, having witnessed events in court today, I must say my opinion has somewhat shifted. Huh? I think at some point in the future, the time will come for her Iris to know the truth. And when it does, well, I believe it will be for the best. I think so too. Actually, Professor, I wanted to talk to you about something too. Judging from that expression, I'd say you've come to a decision, have you? Yes, I have. I will be returning with you to Japan. I'm gonna kill you! Are you quite sure? I'm really only here as a substitute for Kazuma, but he's here in Britain now, as originally intended. Locum student Naruhodo doesn't really have a right to stay, I think. I see. Looking back now, when I first arrived here in February... my becoming a lawyer just seemed to be the way things turned out. With Kazuma, Susato-san, and Mr. Sholmes all gently pushing me in that direction.
Yeah, the title screen music.
I spent the best part of a year immersed in this world, but always aware of a seed of doubt inside me. Until today. Standing in that courtroom earlier, all doubts vanished from my mind. I was totally focused. I was sure of my belief in my client, and I was sure I could see the trial through. And at the end of it, I finally realized no one else chose this path for me. I chose it myself. The path of a defense lawyer, eh? Yes, that's what I am now. That's what I'll be going back with you to Japan as. And that's the path I'll be following for the rest of my life. Well, it sounds like you've made quite a resolution there. I have. Very well then. I must say, it's extremely welcome news. I shall make arrangements for your return first thing tomorrow, but I don't imagine we'll depart for a few days. Oh, not with the symposium having been cancelled now. Such a shame. Never mind, I'm sure there'll be other opportunities in the future. Well then, I'll bid you good night.
Oh, there she is.
Susato-san!
I just wanted to let you know I'm back.
Did you, hear what your father and I were discussing?
I'm sorry, I did, yes. I couldn't help but...
Oh, how much did you hear?
Well, from the part about Iris' real father, I think.
In other words, from the beginning.
So you've made up your mind. You'll return to Japan and continue working as a defense lawyer.
Yes. I'm sorry. I really should have consulted you about it. I did want to earlier this evening, actually, but you'd already gone out.
Oh, no, that's quite all right. I already knew that is what you decide, Naruhodo-san.
You did? Susato-san.
Yes?
I suppose this means it has to be farewell soon.
I suppose.
He'll be a great help to Cosmo going forward. I mean, I know he's a brilliant lawyer, but he's new to the British courtroom. He'll certainly benefit greatly having a brilliant judicial assistant at his side.
I'll do my very best.
I wish I could say it, but I just can't. I can't ask her to come with me. After all, She was always supposed to be coming to Britain as Cosmo's assistant.
It's growing late. We should both try to get some sleep. I'm sure you must be exhausted after today.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Before I retire, let me just say one more time. You really were quite splendid in court today. So if you ask me, anyone who thinks of you as a substitute or a locum should be ashamed of themselves.
Susato-san.
Thank you. Crying in the club. Not actually crying, but oh. They're so soft. 7th of November, 5:42 a.m., Port of Dover, Quayside.
I can't believe this day has finally come.
You're really leaving then, Bruno?
I'm afraid so, Iris. Thank you so much for everything. I don't know what I'll do without your wonderful cooking and delicious tea.
Oh, I wish you weren't going. But you have to come back and visit. Say you will.
Of course, I promise. Well, it was a very brief reunion, but it was a pleasure to pursue a case with you again after so long. For a while, at least, it felt like old times. Yes, I suppose on reflection, there's something to be said for it. Having a little fun once in a while.
I'll just go and say goodbye to Professor as well, I think.
Alright, Iris, you do that.
Honk.
Susato-san.
Its voice.
I've just checked, Naruhodo-san. Your luggage is already on board. Such a beautiful morning. Perfect for embarking on a journey, isn't it?
Before I set off, I'd just like to say how thankful I am for everything you've done for me. And give my warmest regards to Kazuma, please.
Actually, I think you ought to give him your regards in person, don't you?
Sorry?
Ryunosuke.
Kazuma! What are you doing here?
Do you really think I'd miss my best friend's departure?
Thanks. To be honest, I'd been looking forward to our wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's capital. But,
Your best friend.
Well, we'll have to save that for another time. Personally, I'm looking forward to facing you in court again.
Me too. But, we're both defense lawyers, so,
I'm going to become a prosecutor. I'll stay in Lord Van Zeek's tutelage for the time being, but before long, I intend to be just as formidable as the Reaper himself.
Oh, I see.
Actually, Ryunosuke, I have a favor to ask.
Name it.
I'd like you to take care of this for me for a while.
Karuma? Why?
Because I've seen it now. I've seen what's inside me. The demon that reared its ugly head that day.
I'm very surprised this is his voice. This is very fun.
It was only for the briefest of moments. The last time I came face to face with that inspector, but it was unmistakable. I wanted to kill him. I've always known there are demons that live inside people. And now I know there is one in me. The fact that it very nearly consumed me is something I'll carry with me until the end of my days, while I devote my life to fighting those whose demons have got the better of them. As a prosecutor.
So, that's what you've resolved to do, is it?
Until I'm ready to face the demon within me, to slay it once and for all. I leave this in your care, if you'll take it.
Of course I will. I'll keep it by my side, always.
fellas, is it gay to put the
Until
soul
we
of
meet
your
again,
family
then.
in the hands
You
of your
have your
best
path to
friend?
follow, and I have
Hmm?
mine.
Huh? I'm so glad we all had the same thoughts all at once. Thank you. Because I've got the auto mod turned on, I gotta keep allowing people to be saying gay in the chat. Okay, we're focusing.
Naruhodo-san? The path you're going to follow from now on, I wonder if I might follow it at your side, and unless I'd be a burden.
What? I mean, I would very much like you to come with me. But aren't you?
You're so predictable, Ryunosuke.
I am?
Honestly, you never change at all. But that's what I like about you.
Gay? I'm sorry, I'm picking my mic. It's just.
You mean you knew about this?
It was the evening after Lord Van Zeek's trial came to an end. She came to see me at the prosecutor's office.
Really? Oh, when I had that conversation
Sorry.
with Professor
I'm
Mikotoba.
sorry, I didn't mean to be so loud. It's just. The game is just not being subtle. It's never been subtle, but it's really not being subtle.
So, you'd go with Ryunosuke back to Japan?
Yes, I know it's unfair of me to follow my own interests like this.
Coming here especially to tell me. You're a stickler for etiquette, aren't you? Well,
No, you
What
can
are his
you can say
feelings?
gay. I made sure to add that it was permitted in the chat, so like you can say it as much as you want.
We've never discussed it, of course, and Naruhodo-san has made no such suggestion. I worry that perhaps I'd be a burden to him.
he's just as much of a stickler for etiquette as you are. He'd never say anything before he was asked. But I'd feel happy knowing you were with him. Look out for him on my behalf, will you?
Of course.
Susato-san.
What do you think, Naruhodo-san?
With you by my side, no trial would seem too daunting. So if you're willing, I'd be honored if you'd come with me. Together we can take on the world.
I'm terribly incompetent, but if you'll have me, I'd be delighted.
Oh, no, not at all. If anyone's terribly incompetent, it's me.
Ah! What's wrong?
Your luggage, Susato-san. There's no time. The ship's going to set sail any minute now.
It's all right. There's no need to worry.
Part of the whole like I'm incompetent, I'm not good at this is it's supposed to be the whole like Japanese modesty. You're at least in the language, you're not meant to be constantly going like I'm so good at this. You're always supposed to downplay your achievements and so on and so forth because you're supposed to let other people acknowledge it, not yourself. At least that is considered the polite manner of speaking. Amongst friends and stuff, it's generally you don't have to do that as much, but it's established that these two are both incredibly polite individuals. Yeah. So they're gonna keep going back and forth doing the politeness dance when other people can acknowledge that you don't need to do that anymore. So that's why Cosmo's the one pushing them along here.
As it happens, my luggage is already on board too.
It is?
Your fine judicial assistant has everything in hand as always, I see.
Yeah, exactly. Like, please take care of me. It's normally meant to be like, yoroshiku onegaishimasu, that sort of thing.
Bruno, your ship's about to leave.
Time to go then. Look after yourself, Ryunosuke.
Kazuma, draw your sword.
No, it's not a fight. They're making an oath. Oh, it still has the broken chip. That's very nice.
One day, when our paths cross, once more, we'll fight a duel of words across the courtroom. A day I eagerly await as a lawyer.
Why did you have
I've
to
been
specify
waiting
as
to
a
hear you
lawyer?
say that. Partner,
Able. Right.
Don't forget me then, Kazuma.
as if I could, Ryunosuke.
And Mr. Sholmes, thank you so much. I'm very much indebted to you.
Indeed, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe you are.
I'll never forget all you've done for me during my time in London.
Quite. I should like to think you will remember your debt of gratitude. Especially when I visit you in your country. What? The truth is, although many are ignorant of the fact, the world is far smaller than most folk realize.
Well, I'd be delighted if you came to Japan one day.
Oh yes, would welcome you with open arms, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, that sounds wonderful! I can't wait!
In that case, let us conclude that this is to be merely a brief parting, my dear fellows.
And that brings us to the end of my adventures in Great Britain.
This game is so fucking good.
A peculiar twist
at
of fate
Iris.
brought me halfway around
Look
the
at
world
her.
those many months ago. But that was just the start of my journey. Who knows where fate will lead me next? Still, I'm confident this won't be my last meeting with the friends I've made in London. And when we're together again, no doubt the first words I'll hear will be,
Come, the game is afoot.
This game is so good.
The ship, with our friends from the east, sailed steadily towards the distant horizon. But Sholmes's face was alight with joy.
The times may change, but a steadfast friendship will remain true, Wilson. We have but to gently close our eyes, and we are with our companions once more.
So, I do just that. And when I do, I can hear his strong, familiar voice ring out.
Objection!
Cute!
Until we meet again, Runo.
Oh, that was very good. Oh, this was such a good game. I'm so happy I got it. Oh, I don't even remember. Who was the one who pointed it out to me?
Oh god, oh fuck, there's dialogue. Oh Jesus Christ. But I'm the purveyor of electrical goods, one of the promised closed court secrecy. Anyway, I've decided an absence from London is in order. A sojourn in distant climes. The Empire of Japan, perhaps? I understand that wardrobe class incurs no charge whatsoever.
I gave a little note to Hurley the other day. I just said, thank you for everything, Daddy, but it made Hurley cry. And I gave him some lotion I invented as well to dye his hair red safely. But he said that might make him cry too, so he'd rather not use it. She's so cute. I love her. Oh, it is such a fun playthrough.
In those days when I was known as the Reaper, I felt your presence at my side. Once unable to bear the burden of that grim pseudonym, I even retired from the courtroom. Despite everything, I still wear your prosecutor's badge with pride. But the darkness that once beset me is no more. As you too are no more. In the words of a young foreign friend of mine, I must stride forward toward a brighter future.
Iris and Sholmes can single-handedly just invent every modern-day invention. I wouldn't bat an eye at it.
Cheeto! The boss left a note for me, you know, and I can read every letter now, A to Z. Let's clear a lot of stuff up. The boss was trying to protect me, see? And that's exactly what me and Chief Inspector Toby are gonna keep doing for Londoners. I wish I could have said how grateful I was before he, you know. Jada! Oh, definitely one of the standout characters in this game. She's so good. I want to pat her head and tell her it'll be okay. Jaina, the truth is, I'm not the upstanding fellow you think I am. It might be a diver at art, but it's a good art. You reminded me I need to be true to myself. I've got one more job to take care of before it's ta-ta to London town for the foreseeable. And then, I've got to complete your education in the art of detection a la Gregson, as they say.
Oh, was that his letter to her? That's very cute. Oh, yep, the one last job. There was no coming back from that.
Oh god.
Your Excellency, this man is accused of illegal entry into the office of the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Objection! A bleak overstatement. Overruled. The minister has been detained in Britain anyway. Who is this caddish counsel for the defense? And when are forbidden to enter the courtroom?
Oh, really? My friend Susato-san is in the British courtroom all the time and doing a wonderful job.
Perhaps I should have engaged the services of a regular legal team?
What happened to you, Osaka?
Gregson did have the DreamWorks face, but I choose not to acknowledge it.
Fair enough. You had Soseki and Ray sitting there going like, I'm doing things right, clearly.
Mama, is it true about Japanese people? Are they experts at filleting corpses?
Yes, they are. Fish corpses on the whole.
I'd like to hone my own filleting skills. You don't mind, do you, Mama?
Yes, I do. I'm not a corpse yet, am I?
No. And I'm glad.
Happy mother-daughter things. Just threatening to chop up your own mother. Where's Madame Dispels? I must see her. Here I am again in Great Britain on the invitation of my dear old university friend. He sent me a very nice letter saying he'd like to show me around now that everything was settled. But what have I done? I was so excited I picked a splendid hotel and now I can't afford the bill. Oh, Barrett, come to rescue again, please. I wish I could have just vanished into thin air sometimes. Fellas, is it gay to rely on your college friend to rescue you from being accused of murder? There she is!
When I went to the last work impression to kill in the cemetery, I realized what had happened. But even the witness standing at the highest court in the land, I could never speak of it. The Lord Chief Justice and I had struck a bargain, you see.
I think this is not her voice, but it's fine.
For a faithful reproduction of the visage, there is nothing we whose spells would not do.
I love her. She's great. I would die for her. Cute. Wow. So pretty. 10 out of 10. No notes. Everyone calls me gossip. I sell John's little tidbits to passerby, you know. Everyone calls me Papillo, and I sell the spaghetti. It's more red than my head.
Everyone's call me. No. No, I cannot do it. This is ridiculous.
Oh, Daly, how charming. You've made lots of new friends here, I see.
Yes, when we're released, we're all going to strike it rich together. I can't believe she's staying with him. All right, Queen, go off. You can have your own bad taste in men. When I was accepted on the foreign study tour, I knew exactly what path I had to take. And however it might have ended, I knew that I wanted you there to see it. If I'd ended up in the dock, there's no one I would have rather had defending me. But now, thanks to you, there's a new path I want to take. I'm sure we'll meet again in the courtroom, my friend. Until then, I leave Karuma in your care.
Gay, homosexual, gay. Daily the bad bitchy poet being pathetic. Yeah.
I've made some tea, Naruhodo-san. It's important that you rest what you can. Once we arrive in Japan, you shall be busy establishing your new office. I'm so delighted to be accompanying you. After all, your talents have been recognized by a great detective. Because you really are the greatest of lawyers. A great ace attorney, some might say. She said it! She said the thing! She said the thing! Roll credits as we're already in the credits.
Oh, we filled in the Dharma and we got a picture! And there's the cat there? Hi, Wakai. Baby girl. Or is it baby boy? I don't know. They're all so good. I love them. Okay, and now for the proper credits roll. Now I can actually talk about things. Okay. Cross-dressing Susato! Whew! Wow, I forgot how pretty she is. Wow. Help me. Ooh, the cats! That's so cute. But yes, I honestly... There was not a single bad case in these two games. There are some of them that felt a little bit goofy, like the fucking gas case with the not Shakespeare. But none of them had like huge leaps in logic for the most part. There were a couple here and there that were kind of strange, but nothing too egregious. And most of the mysteries were actually quite compelling, and we all fucking know that I loved all of the conspiracies and the 10-year ago cases, all of that ended up coming into the spotlight. It was quite something getting to experience this. Probably... I don't know. Recency bias is a very big thing. It's been a while since I actually played all three of the original Ace Attorney games. I definitely put these two above 1 and 2, but I'm not sure if it like hits the peaks of 3. Oh, but there are so many good points in this game. Like it's so hard to compare. It's really so hard to compare. I think like overall the quality of these two games, oh my god, they're matching. Sorry, I just did not realize that she had an animation like that too. If I did know, I forgot about it. But yes, overall, I would say the quality of these two games is incredibly high. they're using the 3D models, they use them well, as opposed to being somewhat awkward. There's a ton of charm in the animations, lots of really interesting witnesses and case ideas. I love the historical setting because they did a lot to, like, implement being in, what is it meant to be, 1800s or 1900s? I think it's 1800s. 1800s Britain, with the relations of Japan. It was all quite good. Sholmes, what did you do? Well, he's still here. Oh, they're dancing together, that's why. That's so goofy. Turn of the century, 1800s into 1900s. Yeah. So definitely, like, I feel like doing a period piece thing was just very fun. There was a lot that you could explore about, like, the law at the time, an investigation at the time, so on and so forth. Very, very good. It makes me wish there was more, and I feel like that is, like, the best praise you can give to any sort of, like, visual novel, or just novel in general. The fact that you want there to be more— oh, they created a little scene. Oh, that's so cute. The fact that it leaves you wanting more in the best way possible, not in that anything was poorly explained or, like, poorly put together, but just in that you wish you could be with the characters longer in the setting and doing more exploring and finding out more cool things. Like, that is the highest praise I think you can give to any sort of narrative-focused game, and that's definitely what I'm feeling right now as I watch these credits. Just, like, wishing there was a third game of some sort. I don't know what they'd even do with it, because they told a very, very good story between these two games, but it was fantastic. Apparently DLC case in the OG Japanese game. Oh, I had no idea. It's a shame we didn't get those. Oh, that was such a good game. That's it. Oh, look at that! What a beautiful end screen. Them. Oh, it's on the ship! Clutch his chest. Oh, man. Yeah, they're all to pursue their own paths, but they'll cross again. Oh, I mean, I guess real quick while I'm here, before I end stream, I do want to look at special content. There are quite a few I missed. Playing the game in all available outfits, having dug around to find every argument about shovels and spades. Of all the extra escapade adventures. Bespoke tailor. Though there's alternate outfits in this game. They're not very pretty. Well, this one's alright. You can basically have them wear, like, alternate costumes. No, we would have had Susato in this frilly dress thing, which I don't particularly like. Yeah, the frilly dress, it's a cute idea because it's based off of what Iris wears, but, like, I just don't like the silhouette. It doesn't feel like Susato because I'm just so used to seeing her in the kimono. I wonder if, like, if they've done something with, like, lengthening the skirt or something, if I'd like it more. I don't know. Oh, and then Sholmes is just kind of embarrassing. That's what they put him in. Husk energy, yeah, kind of. I honestly prefer the default outfits. Some short extra episodes. So we might at some point come back to the extra episodes. Let's see. Haven't read every new idea on Iris's blackboard. Damn, I missed something? I was so sure to try and catch it. Okay, let's see. Examine the bed in episode 2 of Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Something about these two. I don't fucking know. Having Takatsuchi and Yuji Mikotoba as the victim in episode 1 of the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. Oh, so you're supposed to just fuck up at that point just to get fun dialogue? Okay. Let's see, the Noodler. Erroneously answering a question about who might have something that belonged to the convict. Presenting the armband to Lord Van Zeeks in episode 3. We're talking with Gina after Yonosuke regains consciousness of following the incident with Toby. Oh, you can talk with her at that point? Interesting. Something new there. Alright. So, I might eventually come back to try and like hunt down all these different medals and stuff, just because they are fun. But with the extra escapades and the medal hunting, I don't imagine that even that would be a full stream, so I'd have to think of something to go with it. Real quick. Portrait. Oh, it's all the concept art! And there's his little cape. Oh god, his concept designs are not the best. I'm so glad they didn't go with any of these. The chibis are cute. Her concepts are okay. They knew exactly what they wanted with the Shomes. they tried like the brown hair look and they said nah, and then they immediately just went with everything else. Iris, the little cutie. Oh, that's cute. I kind of like that concept design. I like what we got, but that's not a bad look. Oh, that's not bad either. I like the little buns. I almost gave him glasses. Oh, I never would have been able to take him seriously. I'm glad they didn't give him glasses. Oh, Jesus Christ. That sketch in the right. Barrack Von Zeeks, how did you change? Oh, they almost immediately knew what they wanted, huh? Oh, maybe not. Like, here they were clearly playing with more hairstyles. But this was an interesting first draft. I'm really glad they didn't go with that either. Ooh, or any of these. Oh, God. Ooh, ugly. Different NPC designs. Wagahai. I'm glad that their concept art is to have them together. That's very important. Commemorative drawing, those two together, nice. And I guess this is all of the cutscenes. Special Trial 2017. Oh, I guess there are skits here too? Interesting, alright. Okay, well, one day we will come back to all this extra stuff, maybe when we've got some other extra things to clean up in another game. No, I know where you're going, that 7 Days of Sin thing. No. No weird shit allowed. Alright, for now, I am closing out the stream. We went way over, but it's fine. We finished the game today. Next time, I will have picked a new game to play, so I hope you guys can join me. It'll be the same time that I always stream. Oh, you weren't going, you're just baffled. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to look into it next time we pull this game back up. But thank you guys for joining me today. I'm glad we got to see the end together. For now, good night!